and 69 losses. They trail the division-leading Baltimore Orioles by 10 1/2 games. In another ball game starting early, the Cleveland Indians have built up an 8-3 lead over the Detroit Tigers at the end of 4 innings. In an effort to get this homestand underway on the plus side of the ledger, the Yankees tonight will pitch right-hander Pat Dobson, and he'll be opposed by Jim Colborn. Colborn, a right-hander, has a record of 18-9. He is 1-1 this year against the Yankees and 1-2 lifetime. Dobson has a record of 7-6 on the season, no decisions against Milwaukee, and lifetime against the Brewers. Pat has won 4, and he has lost 4. The Milwaukee Brewers, hoping to finish higher than 5th in the American League Eastern Division, trailed the Yankees by 2.5 games coming into this series. So it's an important series for both ball clubs. And Bill White, the Yankees on a brief road trip, won 1 and lost 1 at Detroit. And what about the upcoming homestand?
Of course, to stay above Milwaukee, they're going to have to win. I mean, that's sure. And they still have a chance to make a little money by getting a little closer to Baltimore.
All right, and we'll be back with the starting lineups for tonight's ball game in just 1 minute.
The Mickey Mantle will be back here at the stadium this Sunday with a team of players who will face George Plimpton's All-Stars. Now, Plimpton, noted author and modern-day Walter Mitty of sports, has gathered a team from thousands of fans who expressed a desire to play in Yankee Stadium against the Mickey Mantle All-Stars. Now, you wonder who's going to play for Mantle? Well, Phil Rizzuto is going to play. Ellie Howard is going to play. Joe Garagiola, Harvey Keene's going to play for Mickey, along with Whitey Ford. I think I might play a little bit myself. Dick Hauser's going to play, and Bob Uecker. I don't know about Garagiola and Uecker. Maybe we'll put one right field, one left field. Keep apart there, or everybody will be laughing all day. So, Joe Garagiola and Bob Uecker have agreed to play with Mantle's All-Stars. That game starts at 1:15 on Sunday, and the designated hitters for Plimpton's club will be selected from among fans in the stands. So that might be a lot of fun, too. Mantle's All-Stars against Plimpton's All-Stars this Sunday here at the stadium. And this is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. Let's pause for station identification.
Join Joe Lutz for QBK Sports Talk now in its second year. QBK Sports Talk year-round at 7 p.m. on WQBK FM Rensselaer.
Well, Bill White, you're talking about Sunday's game between the Mantle All-Stars and the Plimpton All-Stars. I heard you say that you were going to play. I presume you will play first base. I heard you say that Rizzuto is going to play, so I'll presume he'll play shortstop. You think you can handle his throws over there?
Well, if we use somebody cut off there between shortstop and first base, maybe Billy Martin come in and stand between there, and he'll be the cutoff man for Scooter.
And relay him over. All right, it's going to be a lot of fun Sunday afternoon. I'm looking forward to it. I just wish I could play. But they didn't pick my name.
Well, maybe we'll use you. You just stand out there. I tell you what, you just station yourself. Wherever Scooter goes, you be the cutoff man between Scooter and me, see?
I'm going to stand between Uecker and Garagiola and relay the words back and forth. Okay, Bill, how about the lineups for tonight's game?
All right, Franklin. The Milwaukee Brewers will have Pedro Garcia leading off. He's playing second base. They call him Pete now. The left fielder, Bob Coluccio, who's really been tough against Yankee pitching, will bat second and play left field. Center fielder Davey May batting third. May batting at .312, 23 home runs and 83 runs batted in. He's having a great year for Milwaukee. The first baseman, George Scott, will bat fourth. He's having a great year, too. He's at .301 with 20 home runs and 87 runs batted in. Don Money, the third baseman, will bat fifth. Darrell Porter, the young catcher, with 15 home runs and 60 runs batted in, will bat sixth. He'll be followed by the right fielder, Joe LaHood. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, former Yankee, Bobby Mitchell. The shortstop, Tim Johnson, will bat ninth. Pitching for the Brewers, guy who's having an excellent year, Jim Colburn, a right-hander, making his 30th start. He's pitched 18 complete ball games. He has a record of 18 wins and 9 losses. The Yankees will have Horace Clarke leading off and playing second base. Roy White, the left fielder, will bat second. Batting third and playing third, Greg Nettles. Batting fourth, the center fielder for the Yankees, batting at .312 with 19 home runs and 84 runs batted in, Bobby Mercer. The fifth place hitter will be the designated hitter, Ron Blomberg. Blomberg now batting at .323. Newcomer Otto Velez in right field will bat sixth. Velez 1 for 3 in that final game in Detroit. That's a .333 average. Jerry Moses will do the catching. He'll bat seventh. Durham Munson has a slightly sore ankle, so Moses will catch and bat seventh. The first baseman, Mike Egan, will bat eighth. He'll be followed by the shortstop, Gene Michael. Pitching for the Yankees, right-hander Pat Dobson. Dobson making his 18th appearance, his 17th start for the Yankees. He's had 5 complete ball games, and he's won 7, and he's lost 6. So Dobson against Colburn.
And Bill White, we see some new faces in Yankee uniforms tonight. Ron Swoboda, Rick Dempsey, and Dave Pagan. And we see a couple of good friends of both of us missing from the Yankee scene, as both the Alous are gone.
That's right, Frank. Matty Alou has been sent back to the St. Louis Cardinals, who are in a dogfight over there in the National League East with the Pittsburgh Pirates, who, by the way, lost their manager today, I understand.
Yes, Bill Burton was, as they say, released from his contract.
And Felipe Alou is deciding now whether or not to report to Gene Mauch up in Montreal. So Felipe Alou has been sent to the Montreal Expos, and Matty Alou to the St. Louis Cardinals, both for players to be named later.
And, of course, both those teams in contention in the National League, and quite a tribute to the Alou brothers that teams in contention want the 2 veterans to help them down the wire.
Right.
All right, right now the New York Yankees have taken the field, with the exception of pitcher Pat Dobson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Robert Merrill sings our national anthem. Felipe Alou going to Montreal and Matty, his brother, going to the Cardinals. Well, Montreal won today. They beat the Chicago Cubs by a score of 5-3. And so as of now, Montreal only 3 games behind the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League East. That's going to be quite a dogfight over there. I think it's going to go down right to the maybe the last couple of days of the season. And you know, Bill, earlier this year, we all figured that the race would be in the Eastern Division of the American League. We sort of overlooked the National League a little bit, and that's how unpredictable baseball is. Things have certainly turned around on both sides.
Even the National League West, it's close.
Yes,
Dodgers only 2 games behind Cincinnati, and the Giants still have a chance over there. They're 5 out.
And, of course, in the East, 4 clubs have a chance. Everybody has a chance except Philadelphia, and they're not eliminated. Of course, nobody is out of until they're mathematically eliminated. But only 5 games now separate the 5th-place Chicago White Sox, 5.5 games from, let's see, 6 games now since they lost today from the division-leading St. Louis Cardinals. Bill, you mentioned the fact that the Pirates are under a new manager. Bill Verdon released today, and Danny Murtaugh hired. And, of course, Murtaugh is always the man that seems to be brought back when the Pirates get in trouble. But I was surprised he was signed not only for the rest of this year, but also for next year.
Well, Danny has had a history of a bad heart also. And, of course, we've seen what John Hiller has done with that kind of an ailment with the Detroit Tigers. Of course, his might have been a little different. I think his involved a high cholesterol count that he had a little bypass operation done, and that cut down the cholesterol in his body. Now, Murtaugh has actually, I think, had a heart attack. But I guess through swimming and other kinds of exercises and jogging, staying off of that chewing tobacco that Danny loves to chew, I guess he's come back all right. Well, here we are. Frank Messer will take you over the first 3.
Okay, Bill, thank you very much. Pedro Garcia leads off, right-hand hitting second baseman for the Milwaukee Brewers, and Dobson's first pitch, a slider, is cut on and missed. Strike 1, and this game is underway. Pedro Garcia. Dobson into the wine, kicks and deals, another breaking ball on the outside corner. Strike 2 is called by the plate umpire, Jerry Neudecker. Neudecker at the plate. First base umpire is Bill Haller, Merle Anthony at second, and Ron Luciano is at third. Garcia hitting .259 coming into this game, and he has to duck away from an inside pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Dobson. Pat is 7-6 this year, 4-4 lifetime against the Milwaukee Brewers. He goes down for the rosin. Dobson goes for that rosin bag after nearly every pitch. Takes the sign with both feet on the rubber. Rocks back on the left foot. Kicks and delivers. Fastball misses outside, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia spreads out on the batter's box. Joe Nossick coaches down at third base for the Milwaukee Brewers. And the pitch is popped up into shallow left center. Bobby Mercer over to his right. He's there, and he makes the catch. That is all for Garcia. Mercer got a good jump on that ball coming over from center field. Garcia out, 1 down, and Bob Coluccio, the left fielder, steps in. Coluccio, right-hand batter, hitting .227. This young man has 14 home runs and 50 runs batted in for the year. Good speed. He has stolen 11 bases. The Milwaukee Brewers in the building process now, and the first 2 men in the lineup form a young nucleus, Garcia and Coluccio, Dave May and George Scott, more veteran players. The pitch here, fastball, is popped up off the fist. Clark at second base, back in the grass. He takes it, and that's all for Coluccio. Horace Clark drifting back into shallow right field to retire Coluccio, 2 down. And now Dave May, the center fielder, and a left-hand batter. Dave May is hitting .312, one of the top hitters in the American League. He has 23 home runs and 83 runs batted in. Slightly closed stance, the right foot up toward the plate. They play him to pull in the outfield. The infield shades just a bit. The outfield is shifted more to the right side. Dobson's fastball is inside at the knees, ball 1. Just underway here in Yankee Stadium, and no score, 2 outs, the bases are empty. Next pitch to May, swung on in line to right field. That's going to be a base hit, played on 1 hop by Otto Velez. And May is on with the first hit of this ball game. Dave May continues his heavy hitting against the Yankees. Of course, he has hit every club in the league very well. Against the Yankees, May was hitting .366. That's his 12th, his 11th hit in 39, his 17th hit in 46 at-bats. Thank you, Bill. Now the right-hand swinging George Scott, the first baseman and cleanup hitter. Scotty hitting .301, swings on the first pitch, pops it up into shallow right. In comes Velez. He's under it, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So for the Milwaukee Brewers, it's no runs, 1 base hit, no errors, and the man is left. At the end of the top half of the first inning, the score, Milwaukee 0, and the Yankees coming to bat.
Avco Financial Services of New York has good news for anyone who's been noticing how far a dollar doesn't go these days. Now you can get nearly twice as much money at any of the 29 Avco offices in New York City or upstate. That's right. Instead of $1,400, now you can get up to $2,500. So anytime you see or hear anything advertised, remember who can help you buy it. And now Avco can help you with nearly twice as much money. Avco Financial Services of New York.
When you believe in people, the world gets around.
Avco Financial Services believes in people. Over 1 million people every year with over 1 million loans for everything from appliances to x-rays. So when you come into Avco, you come into money. Because if you deserve the credit, at Avco you get it. Spread the word. Avco Financial Services.
When you believe in people, the world gets around.
This program is authorized under rights granted by the New York Yankees solely for the entertainment of our audiences, and any publication, reproduction, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express consent of the New York Yankees is prohibited. Now Jim Colburn out taking his warm-up throws into Darrell Porter. He's finished. Colburn having an excellent year for the Brewers. He's won 18 games and lost 9, and against the Yankees he's 1-1. He's pitched 18 complete games. That's a pretty good record for a youngster. And here's Frank Messer to tell you all about it.
Okay, the right-hander is ready to pitch to Horace Clarke. Switch hitter batting left. The wind, the first pitch. Fastball is poured right down the middle. Taken for a strike, 0-1. Horace Clarke is batting .259. Colburn making his 30th start of the year. Winds, kicks, and deals. Fastball is low this time, 1-1. In addition to 29 starts, he has pitched in relief 7 times and has 1 save. Next pitch is on the way, and it is low, ball 2. Colburn represented the Milwaukee Brewers on the All-Star team this year. Swings to the windup, kicks and delivers again. Fastball is bounced slowly back to the right side of the mound. Colburn has it, fires to first in plenty of time. Clarke is out, and there's 1 down. The batter will be Roy White. Roy White collected his 100th career home run in the game night before last at Detroit, and Roy was very happy that the Detroit management retrieved the ball for him. He's up there as a left-hand hitter, takes a curve for a strike. Roy batting .248. The home run was his 16th of this year. He has 55 runs batted in. Colburn to the windup. Right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball is lined to right field. That's going to be a base hit. Played back near the wall on the second hop by the right fielder Joe LaHood, and White is on with a 1-out single. So the Yankees have their first hit of the ball game. And the batter will be Greg Nettles, hitting in the number 3 spot for the first time this year. Manager Ralph Houck changing his batting order around somewhat tonight, with Munson on the bench. Thurman has been hitting third for the last few ball games. He moved Nettles up there against the right-hander Colburn, and the first pitch to Gregg. Fastball is in for a strike call. Pitch got away from Porter, but right at his feet. No chance for White to move up. Down at third base, Don Money is wide of the line. The shortstop, Tim Johnson, shades towards second. The second baseman, Pedro Garcia, pretty much straight away. And the outfield around to the right side. Bob Coluccio in left, Dave May in center, Joe LaHood in right. Here's the pitch. A fastball for a strike, and it's 0-2. Nettles looked at it. The outfield, Coluccio, May, and Joe LaHood in right. LaHood is pulled well around. The first baseman, Scott, is holding on the base runner, Roy White. The set by the right-hander Colburn. The pitch. Fastball is hit deep to right field. If it's a fair ball, it's going to be a home run. It is a foul ball. So Nettles going for his 20th home run. Pulled it just foul into the seats. And he'll try again. Gregg is batting .244. 19 home runs, 71 runs batted in. Thurman Munson leads the Yankees in homers with 20. Mercer, who is on deck, leads the club in runs batted in with 84. Throw to first base, and White was on the bag. George Scott flips it back to his pitcher. Ellie Howard coaching down at first. Dick Hauser coaching at third. There's the stretch, the set, and the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up on the left side. The shortstop, Tim Johnson, drifts over into the left field grass. Near the line, he's under it, and one-hands it for out number 2. Nettles retired, 2 down, and the batter will be Bobby Mercer. Yankee center fielder hitting .312, 19 home runs and 84 runs batted in. He leads the Yankees in base hits with 167. Yankees have 2 batters among the top 10 in the American League. Bobby Mercer and Thurman Munson. Colburn comes set, kicks and deals. Fastball cut out and missed by Mercer, strike 1. They had 3 before tonight. Matty Alou being the third, but Matty is gone. I have to say the St. Louis Cardinals have a batter among the top 10 in the American League. Matty gone to St. Louis, Felipe gone to Montreal if he reports. And the 0-1 pitch. Throw to first base instead. White is back. So all 3 Alou brothers have changed ball clubs this year. Big stretch, the set. The kick, and here's the pitch. Low, 1-1. Jesus was at Houston. He is the younger of the 3 brothers. He went to Oakland to help the Oakland A's in their pennant drive. Matty and Felipe both started the year here with the Yankees, and now Matty has gone to St. Louis and Felipe to Montreal. 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, a runner at first, White. No score here in the bottom half of the first inning. The set by the right-hander. Throw to first base by Colburn. White back in plenty of time. I'll tell you that Garcia, the second baseman, is way over in the hole. There goes White. Pitch is swung on line to right field. That's going to be a base hit. No, it is not. It's a foul ball just outside the line. Mercer comes back to the dugout to get a new bat. He broke his bat on that one. He lined it down the right field line, and it disappeared from our view where the stands jut out to the foul line. And it was just foul, so signaled by the first base umpire, Bill Haller. Sorry to say, Bill, White, Pedro Garcia plays way over in the hole. He has great range to his right.
Way he's been playing the Yankees all year. He's taking a lot of hits away from guys like Mercer and White and Greg Nettles and Ron Blomberg, because Colbert every once in a while will come in on these left-handed hitters. They'll pull the ball on the ground.
All right, the count is even up 2-2 on Mercer. Bobby up there with a new bat. Colburn has his sign from Porter. Comes set. Kicks and delivers. Runner not going, and the pitch is high and outside, ball 3. On the last pitch, White was going. This time he was not. Now, of course, he will be with a 3-2 count and 2 outs. The set by the right-hander Colburn. Here's the pitch. Swung on in line and caught by the second baseman Garcia. So he had Mercer played perfectly and took his line drive for the 3rd out. No runs, a base hit, no errors, and a man is left. And at the end of 1, the score, the Yankees nothing and Milwaukee nothing.
Whenever there have been songs they've sung of home, years beyond or within memory, home.
Well, won't you come home, Bill Bailey? Won't you come home?
And now, home. In many ways, our name tells the story of the Home Savings Bank. Whenever you think of remodeling, additions, new equipment for your home, think naturally of a home improvement loan from home. The Home Savings Bank. Growing. With offices in Albany, Colony, Greenwich,
Hoosick Falls, and Guilderland. Growing. Not to be big, just to be better. An equal housing lender, where most offices are open Saturdays.
Will go for the Yankees. Big right-hander Jim Slayton, who's 11-11, will go for the Milwaukee Brewers. And on Saturday, Doc Medich, who's trying to pick up a few more wins to get in contention for Rookie of the Year here in the American League, will go against Billy Champion. Medich and Champion on Saturday afternoon. Then on Sunday, Stottlemyre is scheduled for the Yankees, and Del Crandall hasn't named his pitcher yet. So that's a pitching matchup for the rest of this series, the Brewers and the Yankees.
Okay, Bill, now we have Don Money leading off the second inning for the Milwaukee Brewers. Money is a right-hand batter. Comes in hitting .271 and takes a strike over the outside corner knee high from Pat Dobson. Money has 10 home runs and 54 runs batted in on the year. The next pitch, curveball is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Darrell Porter, the catcher, is on deck, and then Joe LaHood, the right fielder. Next pitch to Money, fastball is fouled off the end of the bat. What are you chuckling about there, Bill?
Some of the people who are going to play in that ball game on Sunday, Frank. One, John Gordy, former Detroit Lion football player.
Oh, yeah, I know John.
Says he's been sleeping in a crouching position since he received word about him winning to get ready for the game on Sunday.
1-2 pitch here. Money swings on a curve and drives it past, nettles at third down the left field line, and it's touched by a fan, becomes a ground rule double. Money coasts into second base with a 2-base hit leading off the second. Who else you got in that ball game?
Well, John J. Cook from Albany, New York, is going to be in that ball game. He's a catcher. We've got one manager, Earl Colher, from down in Milltown, New Jersey. He's 63 years old, 180 pounds, 6'1". Played a little semi-pro baseball back in 1932. Also played some Major League Baseball with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. Not as a Yankee, of course. That was in the house of David Lee.
All right, right here we have Don Money at second, and Darrell Porter, the catcher, left-hand batter, steps in. Good-looking young catcher. Porter's hitting .247, 15 homers, 60 runs batted in. He swings on the first one, bouncing ball to first base. Gloved there by Hegan. He flips to Dobson, the pitcher covering in time for the out, but he got his runner over to third. Money at third with 1 away. So Porter did his job, and the batter now will be the left-hand hitting Joe LaHood. LaHood batting 184, Bill.
Here we have, in the outfield, we have a young lady, Liliana D. Murphy, from on York Avenue here in New York. She's 26, 5'8", played some 15 years experience as a combination tomboy natural athlete, playing baseball here in New York.
Combination tomboy and athlete.
Yeah, she's going to be here.
The Yankees pull the infield in here now to try to keep the runner at third or throw him out, and the pitch is inside at the knees to the left-hand hitting Joe LaHood. LaHood has 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in to go with a 184 batting average. Don Money at third, 1 out. The set by Dobson. The pitch inside at the knees again, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Dobson grabs the rosin bag, flings it down. With the runner at third, he's still working off the stretch position. Keeps the ball in the glove, looks down for the side, gets it from Moses. Kicks and deals, breaking pitch. In there for a called strike, it's 2-1. Bobby Mitchell, the designated hitter, is on deck. The Yankees have the infield in close, with Money at third and 1 out. Dobson takes the sign with a gloved hand on the left knee. set and deals. A fastball is inside again, ball 3. So on the left-hand hitting LaHood, Dobson is trying to keep the ball in on his fists, and he's fallen behind 3-1. The Dobbers ready again. Big stretch. Down to the belt. 3-1 pitch. Curveball is fouled off, and the count is full 3-2. Ball bounces into the Milwaukee dugout where the catcher, Darrell Porter, grabs it. Dobson after the rosin again. Throws the rosin bag down, circles the mound, straddles the rubber, looks out towards center field where he sees Mercer well over toward right center. Now plants the right foot, looks in for the sign again. And the 3-2 pitch to Joe LaHood. It's on the way, and it's way outside, ball 4. LaHood walks. The batter will be Bobby Mitchell, the designated hitter and a one-time Yankee. Mitchell batting .253, 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in. He spent most of the season in the minor leagues. He's been to bat only 83 times, 21 base hits, 5 doubles, 3 homers, and a .253 batting average. Runners at first and third, the infield back now, double play depth. Mitchell, a right-hand hitter, good speed, stands up front in the batter's box, swings and misses on a fastball, strike 1. Mitchell steps back, looks down at third base coach Joe Nozick. Jim Walton coaches at first base for the Milwaukee Brewers. And the next pitch, curveball is in for a call, strike 2. Again, Mitchell steps away from the plate. The count is no balls, 2 strikes. Michael is short, Clark at second, straight up the middle. In about a third of the way. Nettles now backs up at third base. The outfield is fanned out, and at first base, Hegan is holding on the base runner, Joe LaHood. Moses gives the sign. Dobson kicks and delivers a curve that's just a bit high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Otto Velez is not deep in right field against the right-hand hitting Bobby Mitchell. Dobson bends down, takes the sign, starts a stretch, down to the belt, and here's the pitch. Fastball is fouled back on a half swing. Count rides, a ball and 2 strikes. Mitchell tried to stop the swing, but made contact and fouled the ball straight back. Detroit and Cleveland are now in the 7th inning. Cleveland leading 9-3. Sort of a sparse schedule tonight. Only 4 of the games, 2 in the American League and 3 in the American League and 1 in the National. 1-2 pitch to Mitchell. There goes the runner from first. It is outside. Throw down to second base. He's safe. Throw home. Safe at home. Double steal and the run scores. Jerry Moses threw the ball on through to second base. Joe LaHood was safe easily at second base. And the throw back to the plate not nearly in time to get Don Money, who scores on the tail end of a double steal. Mitchell took the pitch for a ball. The count is 2-2. And Milwaukee leads 1-0. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bobby Mitchell. LaHood now takes his lead from second, and the pitch to Mitchell. Curveball low and outside, ball 3. Now, I know the play is not that easy, but it looks so easy, Bill.
You mean to score or to make the play?
The score.
It's not that easy to score, no. Not if you do what you should do on the infield.
Neither play was close, neither at second or home. The 3-2 pitch, fastball, struck him out swinging. Mitchell strikes out, 2 down. The batter will be Tim Johnson. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. We pause for station identification.
The home of the New York Yankees and the football giants, too. This is WQBK FM Rensselaer.
right-hander Pat Dobson. And the first pitch to him, fastball, cut on and missed, strike one. Johnson batting .219. No home runs, 28 runs batted in. He stepped out, now moves back in again. Brewers leading 1-0 on the double steal. Don Money scoring on the double steal. The pitch swung on and missed, strike two. Dobson now just rocking back and firing the ball. Dauber takes the cap off, walks around the mound, takes a little breather. LaHood at second, 2 outs, no balls and 2 strikes on Tim Johnson. Stretch by Dobson. The look and the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Dobson strikes out Johnson to retire the side. But the Milwaukee Brewers score 1 run on 1 hit. There are no errors and 1 man left. And at the end of the top half of the second inning, it's Milwaukee 1 and the Yankees nothing.
You know, there's something about a baseball game that makes a couple of frosty cold beers really taste great. Maybe that's why so many baseball fans are Schaefer fans, too. Because only Schaefer delivers that first beer flavor, first beer pleasure, first frosty glass to last. That's what puts Schaefer a cut above the others. The one beer to have when you're having more than one. And, brother, you've got it coming. For that ball game on Sunday against, Mantle against Plimpton, 2 all-star teams. A couple of special guests. The oldest person writing in, Joe Gilbert from Summit, New Jersey, 92 years old. And the youngest person writing in, Jimmy Kozlowski from Bardonia, New York, 6 years old. So they'll be here for that ball game Sunday.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, really. Got a chance to see Mickey Mantle hit again. All right, here is Ron Bloomberg, bottom half of the second. Curveball hit on the ground to the second baseman. Garcia's up with it. Plenty of time to throw over to Scott. And on one pitch, Bloomberg is retired. 1 down. The batter will be Otto Velez. Bill White, time of year for some clubs, they start looking a year ahead, and here's one man that the Yankees are looking ahead to 1974 with, Otto Velez.
And I think the people who come out and see him are going to like what they see. The ball jumps off this kid's bat. They saw the ball game from Detroit, was that Tuesday night? They saw him make a heck of a throw in from the outfield to cut down a potential run. I think they're going to like Otto Velez.
Good arm and a good bat. And he can also hit for power. He looks at a curveball for a strike.
And, of course, that's what he's going to have to wait on and work on, hitting that breaking ball. And evidently the Brewers know him from down in Syracuse.
All right, Colburn to the windup again. He kicks and deals. Fastball is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Velez. Velez led the International League in walks and was second in homers and runs batted in. Breaking pitch hit on the ground, left side, and on through, base hit. Otto Velez drives it in between the third baseman Money and the shortstop Johnson. On through to left field, base hit. That is the second hit of the ball game for the Yankees. So Velez is on with 1 out, and the catcher Jerry Moses steps in. Velez batted .269 at Syracuse. And the pitch is hit on the ground through the right side. Base hit. Velez around second on his way to third. He's in standing up. And the Yankees have runners on the corner. Jerry Moses hits one through the right side with Velez running. And there are runners at first and third, one out for Mike Hegan, the Yankee first baseman. Moses has had very few chances to hit this year. That was only his 52nd at bat, and he got his 13th base hit. Now Mike Hegan batting .212, left-hand hitter. Milwaukee leading 1-0, and the Brewers will concede the run as they keep the infield back. They get the double play. The side would be retired. There is one out. Velez at third, Moses at first. There's the set. The kick. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Hit in the air down the left field line. Moving over forward is Coluccio. Tagging up at third. Velez, here he comes. Here comes the throw. Not in time. Throw gets through to the backstop. And now Moses going on from second to third. Way backed up by Colborn. The throw from the left fielder Coluccio got through both the catcher, Porter, and the pitcher Colborn backing up all the way to the backstop. And Jerry Moses was able to go from first to third. Velez scores. It's a sacrifice fly for Mike Hegan, and the Yankees have tied the score 1-1. Given on the play.
They have to give an error to somebody, either the left fielder or the catcher, for allowing Moses to go all the way to third.
All right, they give the error now to the catcher, Porter, for letting the throw get through. Gene Michael steps in and takes a strike. Michael batting .232, switch hitter batting left. Horace Clark on deck. So you figure Moses went to second base on the throw, to third base on an error charge to the catcher. Next pitch, low and outside. Porter goes to his knees to save it. Hegan gets a run batted in. And for Mike, that is his 10th RBI of the year. Colburn working from the full windup. The 1-1 pitch to Michael. Swung on and missed, strike two. Pretty good-looking slider. Ball and 2 strikes. Infield is backed off and shaded around to the right side on Gene Michael. Jerry Moses at third. Velez in the dugout, having scored his first Major League run. Colburn looks in to Porter, has the sign, looks over toward third base, and he deals outside. Michael takes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rather young battery. The pitcher, Colborn, is 26 years old, and the catcher, Darrell Porter, is only 21. The shortstop, Johnson, still a young man. Garcia, the second baseman, is 23 years old. George Scott at first base, a veteran. 3-2 pitch to Michael. Swung on, driven to deep right field. Back goes the right fielder, LaHood, on the track. He makes the catch. Michael is out, and so is the side. But the Yankees tied up with 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 error, and 1 man is left on. At the end of 2, the score, the Yankees won and the Brewers won.
Oh, no. Not the battery. Not this morning. This morning I gotta get to work. This evening you can rest in peace. Come on, baby. Once more for Papa. Sooner or later it's going to happen. You're going to have to buy a battery. And when you do, there's something you should know. Getty, the company that gives you more miles for your money, gives you more battery for your money. Our ultra-high energy battery is the best that Getty offers. So we'd like to make it easier to buy. If you buy our battery with a Getty credit card on our easy payment plan, you get up to 3 months to pay. And by simply paying on time, you don't pay any interest. Think about that. Getty gives you your battery right away, but you don't pay right away. Your money stays in the bank longer, so you earn interest instead of paying it. No interest to us means more money for you. Getty, we give you more for your money.
Well, after the Brewers leave, the Cleveland Indians will be in for a couple of night games on Monday and Tuesday. That's of next week. And then the Boston Red Sox come on in. Red Sox are in Wednesday and Thursday, both night games against the Yankees. Yankee-Red Sox series, you never know what can happen. Last time up in Boston, Munson and Fisk got at each other, and I think think Mike will finish the whole thing up. So you can be sure the Red Sox are going to come in here a little blood in their eyes. That should be a pretty good two-game series. The 12th and 13th, two-night games, the Yankees and the Red Sox next week. All right, Frank.
Top of the order here for the Milwaukee Brewers, Bill, in the top half of the third inning. Garcia, Coluccio, and May. Garcia, right-hand batter, fly to center his first time up. He swings on a curve, fouls it off his foot. Strike one. Garcia, right-hand batter. Bobby Mercer plays him straight away and rather shallow in center field. Roy White is deep in left and pulled over toward the line, toward the corner. And the right fielder Velez is straight away. The infield is spread out. Dobson takes the sign, both feet on the slab, rocks back. Right-hander kicks and deals, and look out, head-high pitch, and down he goes. 1-1. Garcia hits the dirt. One ball and one strike to him. Dobson looks into Moses again. And the 1-1 pitch. Fastball low and outside. Gets by the catcher to the backstop. 2-1. Cleveland leads Detroit 9-3 at the end of 6 innings. Montreal beats Chicago 5-3. That ball game is over. The other 3 Major League games later starts. There's a pitch on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 2-2. San Diego and Los Angeles in the National League, Chicago at Minnesota, and Oakland at California in the American League. The rest of the clubs have the night off. Dobson works off the first base side of the pitching rubber. Looks into Moses, gets the sign for the 2-2 pitch, and here it comes. Big curveball high and inside, 3-2. Bob Coluccio is waiting on deck. Garcia will have a 3-2 pitch coming. Dobson rocks and fires. Fastball cut on and missed. Strike 3. Dobson gets his third strikeout as he fans Garcia with a fastball. 1 out, and now the left fielder, Bob Coluccio, right-hand batter. Coluccio popped up to Horace Clark his first time at bat. Coluccio is hitting .227. He has some power. He's hit 14 home runs this year. Dobson starts him off with a fastball. He lines it to left field. It's in for the base hit. And it bounces over Roy White's head, rolling back to the wall. Coluccio around first, going for second, around second on his way to third. White way back to the fence. They're going to try for it inside the Parker. Here he comes to the plate, and he will score standing up. And inside the park, home run for Bob Coluccio. Roy White came in on the ball. It hit in front of him, bounced over his head, all the way back to the bullpen gate. And Bob Coluccio circles the bases and inside the park home run. For Coluccio, his 15th home run of the year. And Milwaukee leads 2-1. Now Dave May. The center fielder single to right his first time up. May batting .313. What a year he's had. 23 homers, 83 ribbies. He takes low and inside, ball 1. Bill White, one of the most exciting plays in baseball, the inside the park home run.
That's right, watching the runner circle the bases and the outfielder try to get the baseball.
This pitch to May. Check swing, and it's fouled off. 1-1. Bob Coluccio with his 15th home run of the year. Now the 1-1 pitch to May. Swung on, bouncing ball hit to second base. Clark has this one. Over to first base to Hegan, and plenty of time to get May. 2 down. The batter will be George Scott with 2 outs and nobody on.
Hey, that outfield's really been pounded by the sun, Frank. You haven't had much rain back here in the east. That ball hit out there in front of White and just bounced way over his head. And the Yankee outfielders and the Brewer outfielders, I'm sure, watched that, and they'll be more careful now in this ball game.
Dobson goes for the rosin bag. Now flips it away, and he's ready to work to George Scott, who flied to right field his first time up. He swings and misses on a breaking pitch. Strike one. Scott is hitting .301. He's had 20 home runs and 87 runs batted in. He leads this club in ribbies with those 87. No balls and a strike. Dobson ready, kicks and deals. And his changeup is in for a called strike two. No balls and 2 strikes to Scott. They finished 7 innings now at Cleveland with the Indians leading Detroit 9-4 now at the end of 7. Dobson with a no-ball, 2-strike count. 2 outs, nobody out. The next pitch, breaking ball, is fouled away to the upper deck on the right side. And the count holds 0-2. Milwaukee 2 runs on 3 hits. The Yankees 1 run on 3 hits. Dobson wants another baseball. And he gets it from the plate umpire, Jerry Neudecker. Now Pat goes for the rosin bag again. Throws it down. Looks into Moses for the 0-2 sign. Here's the pitch. Outside with a breaking ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Don Money, the third baseman, is on deck. Brewers leading 2-1 on the inside the park homer by Bob Coluccio. Dobson winds, and the 1-2 offering. Curveball is hit in the air to center field. Mercer going back, still going back. Back he goes, back, reaches up and one-hands it. That ball was hit over 400 feet. Mercer's momentum carried him almost to the monument just after he made the catch to retire the side. And for the Brewers, 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left, and at the end of the top half of the 3rd inning, the score, Milwaukee 2 and New York 1.
Join Joe Lutz for QBK Sports Talk now in its 2nd year. QBK Sports Talk year-round at 7 p.m. on WQBK FM Rensselaer.
Watch your game on a sports set. Plays our color TV. Instamatic tuning and solid state are 2 of the features that make it top rate. Add our plug-in modules to the words in a drawer TV, and you have 1, 2, 3 big ideas in Quasar Color TV.
Motorola Instamatic Color Tuning automatically balances hue, contrast, intensity, brightness, even activates the automatic fine-tuning. Automatic color circuits lock in color to help keep color constant, even when you change channels. One button does it all on Motorola's Quasar Color TV. See it now at Capitol TV, 189 Quail Street in Albany, at Reed & Bowman, 69 Garner Street in Cohoes, and at Ralph Colombo, 2530 Guilderland Avenue in Schenectady.
Clark hit one back to the mound his first time up and was thrown out by the pitcher, Jim Colborn. First pitch is hit on 1 hop to the second baseman, Garcia. He's got it, throws over to first. Clark is out, and on 1 pitch, 1 away. Roy White now. White single to right field his first time up. Brewers leading 2-1. Bottom half of the 3rd inning. White up there is a left-hand hitter against the right-hander Colburn. The windup, the kick and the pitch to him. Off-speed pitch high and outside, ball 1. Again, Garcia, the second baseman, plays way over in the hole, closer to first base than he is second. There's a slider low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Roy White hitting an even 250 as he comes up. Greg Nettles is on deck. Colborn working quickly into the wind and fires a fastball inside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Roy White. 2 runs, 3 hits. The Yankees 1 run, 3 hits. And the 3-0 pitch. Fastball is taken. Letter high for a strike. 3-1 to Roy White. 1 out, nobody on. The windup by the right-hander Colburn. The pitch swung on, hit to right field in the air, coming over toward the corner. LaHood, he's got it. Back on the track in the corner, and there are 2 down. Joe LaHood moving quickly toward the corner to retire Roy White. And now Greg Nettles, the third baseman, popped to the shortstop his first time up. Again, they play around to the right side. Colburn winds and deals. Fastball. Over but low. Ball 1. Bobby Mercer is on deck. Colburn takes time to smooth out the dirt on the front slope of the mound. Now backs to the rubber. Looks in. The windup and the pitch. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Greg Nettles batting .244. 0 for 1 in this ball game. These clubs play again tomorrow night, then Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon here at Yankee Stadium. 2-0 pitch. Fastball inside at the belt. Ball 3. 3-0. Nettles steps out, looks down at third base coach Dick Hauser. Now moves in again. And Colburn's 3-0 pitch. Taken, strike call, 3-1. 2 outs, the base is empty. Colburn into the windup. Rocks and deals, fastball, low and outside, ball 4. So Nettles is on with a walk. The first base on balls given up by Colburn. And here's Bobby Mercer. Bobby lined out to the second baseman Garcia his first time up. Garcia lays back on him, deep back to the grass. Scott will hold Nettles on at first base. The shortstop, Tim Johnson, way around toward second. The third baseman, Money, even with the bag wide of the line. The left fielder, Coluccio, is fairly shallow. The center fielder, May, over in the gap. And the pitch. Swung on and foul back. The right fielder, LaHood, well over toward the corner. No balls and 1 strike to Bobby Mercer. Ron Bloomberg is on deck. Brewers leading 2-1. Stretch by Colburn. The right-hander kicks and deals high with a fastball, 1-1. Mercer steps out, now in again. Nettles takes his lead at first base. 2 outs, the 1-1 pitch. Strike 2 call. Got the outside corner, 1-2. Scott smoothing the dirt around down at first base. Plants his right foot on the inside corner of the bag. Nettles takes the short lead, 2 steps. Colburn looking into his catcher Porter for the sign. The stretch. And the 1-2 pitch. Mercer takes low and inside. Quick throw to first base, safe. It was in the dirt. Scott had to scoop it out of the dirt as Nettles got back in plenty of time. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Colburn looks down the lane again. Comes into the belt. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball is hit high and deep to right field. This one is way back. It's going. It's bye Bobby. Home run into the Yankee bullpen for Bobby Mercer. Here comes Nettles down the line from third base, and Bobby Mercer cruising around with his 20th home run of the year. The Yankees take the lead 3-2. Mercer gets the handshake from Ronnie Bloomberg, now from Nettles. And now from Otto Velez, and pretty soon from the entire Yankee bench, and the Yankees lead 3-2. Bill White, who gets the baseball gloves?
The Great Kills Little League, Frank, in Staten Island, New York. 9 baseball gloves, courtesy of Avco Financial Services.
All right. Bobby Mercer's home run, number 20. And now Ronnie Bloomberg with the Yankees leading 3-2. The windup, the pitch to Bloomberg. Fastball is inside, backs him away. 1 ball and no strikes. That was home run number 109 on the year for the Yankees. 1-0 pitch to Bloomberg. Swung on, hit sharply on the ground at second. Garcia's up with it. The throw to first base to retire the side. The Yankees scored 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left on. And now at the end of 3 innings, the score is New York 3 and Milwaukee 2. Well, let's check the other scores, and very few of them to check for you. Montreal this afternoon defeated the Chicago Cubs 5-3. The Expos had 5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Cubs 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Taylor, the winner in relief. Rick Reuschel, the loser. Jorgensen hit a grand slam home run to win the ball game for Montreal. Paul Popovich and Ron Sato homered for Chicago. For Popovich, number 2, and for Sato, number 16. In another night game at the end of 8 innings, it's Cleveland 10 and Detroit 4 at the end of 8. Chris Chambliss has homered for Cleveland. Woody Fryman started for Detroit. Ed Farmer relieved in the 5th inning when Cleveland scored 7 runs. And Dick Tidrow has gone all the way for the Cleveland Indians. Later starts Chicago at Minnesota and Oakland at California in the American League, San Diego at Los Angeles in the National League, and those are the only games scheduled. Well, through the first 3 innings, the Yankees show 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. Milwaukee 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. And now as we go to the 4th inning, ready to move in with the play-by-play for you, ladies and gentlemen, here is Bill White.
Thank you, Frank Messer. Don Money, Darrell Porter, Joe LaHood for the Brewers here in the 4th inning. Bobby Mercer's 20th home run. Yankees lead it now by a score 3-2. Money, a right-handed batter, doubled. A ground rule double down the left field line his first time up. He's batting at .273. He has 10 home runs, 54 runs batted in. Greg Nettles, a third baseman, really playing this fellow to pull. Now he moves over a couple of steps, gives him a little bit of line. Pat Dobson has the ball in front of him. Now he rocks back, kicks and deals the first pitch. Taken outside. Money faked the bunt, got the bat back. Dobson's ready. Rocks. Deals. Swung on, popped up out behind second base. Michael going back, so is Clark. Mercer coming in. Bobby Mercer calls. He got it. Money popping to Bobby Mercer in shallow center field. 1 down. That'll bring in Darrell Porter, the catcher. Porter's a left-handed batter. Young fella batting at .246. He has 15 home runs and 60 runs batted in. Spin out once, bounced back to Dobson. Porter's a pull hitter, and the Yankees play him that way. Hegan back behind the bag. Horace Clark moving over in the hole between first and second, near the line as possible. Gene Michael almost behind second. And the first pitch is down low. It's a ball. Nettles wide at third. White, Mercer, and Otto Velez playing Porter to pull. 1-0 pitch now to Porter. Sliders inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Yankees lead the ball game 3-2 here in the top of the 4th. 1 out, nobody on for the Brewers. On deck, Joe LaHood. 2-0 pitch, too high. 3 balls, no strikes. Porter batting just under .300 on the year against Yankee pitching. And the 3-0 pitch. It's taken down. No, it's on the knees. Strike. 3 balls and 1 strike on Darrell Porter. George Scott, Dave May, Ellie Rodriguez, and Bob Coluccio have hit very well against Yankee pitching. 3-1 pitch is up and in. Backs him out. Lost him. Ball 4. Porter walks. Second walk given up by Pat Dobson. He struck out 3 so far. Porter on at first with 1 out, and here's Joe LaHood, the right fielder. LaHood walked his first time up with Money at third. They pulled a double steal. Porter got into second safely, and Money came home ahead of the throw from Horace Clark. It's the first run the Brewers got. They picked up the second one on an inside the park home run by Bob Coluccio. Ball had bounced over Whitehead in left field. LaHood takes outside. Dobson takes a look at the scoreboard on right field. Porter leading from first. He's being held there by Mike Egan. A set by Pat. And the pitch. Swung on, line down the right field line. It's going to be a base hit. Velez over, kicks off Velez and into the seats. It'll be a ground rule double. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. Let's pause for station identification.
The home of the New York Yankees and the football giants, too. This is WQBK-FM Rensselaer.
Well, with runners at second and third, only 1 out, Bobby Mitchell's in. Bobby's a designated hitter. He struck out last time. But before he struck out, the Brewers pulled a double steal with Money scoring from third. Runners at second and third, only 1 out. Yankee infield back. The pitch is blocked by Moses. It's in the dirt, a ball. Mike Egan, though, the first baseman, even with the bag, just wide of first. That was a step or 2 behind third. They'll probably come home with the ball. Yankees willing to give up a run here. They're ahead 3-2. Porter at third and LaHood at second. The set and the pitch. Misses down low. 2 balls, no strikes. On deck is Tim Johnson, the shortstop. Mitchell batting at .250. He has 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Big, tall, right-handed hitter. Saw him in spring training with the Yankees a couple of years ago. 2-0 pitch to Mitchell. Swung on, hit on the ground to Michael at shortstop. He's up with it. He lets the run score. Goes to first. Mitchell's out. LaHood has to hold at second. Ball game's all tied up as Mitchell bounces out 6-3. Porter scoring. LaHood holding at second. 2 down now, and Tim Johnson, the shortstop, is in. Johnson struck out his last time up against Dobson. LaHood takes his lead from second. Dobson checks him. Stops at the belt. And the pitch. Big curveball. Check swing, called strike. Score's all tied up now. 3-3 in the top of the 4th inning. Each team with 4 hits. The Brewers have the only error in the ball game. Dobson sets and deals the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Waved at. No balls, 2 strikes on Johnson. Hey, Scooter, Dobson has really fooled this Johnson with his slow breaking pitches.
Yeah, he looks like he's a little weak on that breaking pitch, at least those first 2 that were thrown.
Dobson ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. 2 down, LaHood leading from second. And the pitch. Fastball chopped to Clark at second base. He has a big hop, fires on the first base, and Johnson's out. The Brewers pick up a run on 1 hit, and they leave 1 on. We go into the bottom half of the 4th inning. Scores all tied up. The Yankees 3, the Milwaukee Brewers 3.
Baseball fans, may I take a moment out here to remind you that Breakfast with Bill is a lot of music. You know that. You say it's a lot of something else? Well, a little bit of that, too. But we have a lot of information for you in the morning on Breakfast with Bill. At the hour and half-hour breaks, we have news.
President Nixon leaves the murk of the Watergate scandal behind for a quick trip.
Yes, the World Desk of United Press and the Associated Press Wire and our own WQBK News Department bringing you news. And at 7:20 and 8:20, we have the sounds of sports on Breakfast
on
with
the
Bill.
Scoreboard in Major League Baseball in the American League, Oakland 3, Cleveland 2, Detroit 3, Texas 2.
I was waiting for a Yankee win to come up there. And then, of course, it isn't just information, it's entertainment, too. We have the Grunt Club. So there you have it, a menu on Breakfast with Bill of music, news, sports news, and a lot of laughs with the Grump Club. Join me, won't you, Monday through Friday from 7 to 11 on Breakfast with Bill here at WQBK, AM and FM, Rensselaer.
All right, here's that exciting Otto Velez coming up. And, Bill, I haven't seen many more hitters so anxious to get to the plate and make you feel like he wants to hit up there. You know, he's not one of these guys goes up lazy and relaxed like he's got it made. Boy, he's up there.
He charges that pitcher. Takes a breaking ball down low. How about that throw he made in Detroit?
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
So far, Velez looks like he can do it all. He's a right-handed batter, batting at even .500. Single to left field, scored a run. Back in the second inning. Colburn taking a long look for a sign. Now the right-hander's ready. Over the head, and slow curve is a called strike. 1-1. I think they'll throw him a lot of breaking balls until he shows him that he can handle it.
That's right, although he did get a hit his first time up on a breaking pitch.
Right. Velez waving that bat over the plate. The 1-1 pitch. Too low. 2 balls and a strike. It'll be Velez, Moses, and Hegan for the Yankees here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Scores tied, 3-3. Colburn looking in. Still looking. He's taking a lot of time. Now he's ready. And the pitch. Slider on the inside corner. It's coming to even 2 balls, 2 strikes. Velez did not like the call. He backs out. The 2-2 pitch to Otto Velez. Breaking ball, swung on, fouled back. Good rip at a curveball. 2-2 still on Velez. Brewers have money at third. Johnson's a shortstop. Garcia the second baseman, and George Scott at first. Coluccio, May, and LaHood in the outfield. 2-2 pitch. Bounced up the middle. That'll be a base hit for Otto Velez. Velez 2 for 2 in this ball game. Just bounced a sharply hit single up the middle out of reach of the shortstop, Tim Johnson, and he's on at first.
Yeah, he seems to hit that ball with overspin. Both his ground balls, both his base hits have been ground balls. And Johnson going to his right couldn't get it, and this one got by him in a hurry.
Ball really flies off the bat of Velez. Here's Moses. Swung on, bounced to second. Garcia's got it. To Johnson for 1. Back to first, double play. 4-6-3 double play, and they're 2 down here in the 4th. That'll bring in Mike Hegan, the first baseman. Hegan drove in 1 of the 3 Yankee runs with a sacrifice fly back in the second inning. Mike batting at .212, 3 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Hegan, a left-handed batter. Takes outside a ball. Since he's been a Yankee, Mike batting at .262. Breaking ball pulled down the first base side, grabbed by George Scott. He runs to the bag, beating Hegan. Hegan's out, 3 unassisted. No runs, a hit, nobody left for the Yankees in the bottom of the 4th. After 4, scores tied. Yankees 3, Brewers 3. Well, I hear Bob Shepard talking about this game Sunday afternoon, Scooter, 1:15 prior to the Yankee-Milwaukee game. And I see where Mano's ball club, you're going to play shorter, or you're going to play for that club.
Yeah, how about you?
Yeah, I'm going to play.
All right.
But I see where Joe Garagiola and Bob Euchre both are going to play. Now,
for us?
Yeah, now I've got to wait a minute. This is what we're going to do. I see that John Gordy, the former guard for the Detroit Lions, is going to be on Plimpton's team. Now, maybe we can make a deal with Plimpton to let Gordy play behind Garagiola, because I'm sure neither Euchre nor Garagiola is going to want to sit on the bench and let the other play.
Uh-huh.
So let's try to make a deal.
All right.
All right.
Good deal.
Pedro Garcia up against Pat Dobson, top of the 5th. And Dobson misses outside with the slider. Not only that, can you imagine Euchre and Garagiola on the same bench?
That'd be hard to put up with. We have a lot of laughs. Might not score any runs with those two Huckleberries, but we'll have a lot of laughs.
1-0 pitch is hit in the air, short left, going out is Michael, coming in is White. White's calling. He's under, and he's got it. 1 down. Garcia skying to White left field. That'll bring in Bob Coluccio, who's popped to second and hit a line drive to left field. Looked like it was just going to be a routine single. White charged. The ball hit the dirt and kicked over White's head, and by the time Roy picked it up and got it in, Coluccio had scored. An inside the park home run. First one I've seen here in the 3 years I've been here.
Well, we've seen a few. Johnny Ellis broke in his first, I think it was his first game as a Yankee. And he hit an inside the park homer. You should have seen him lumbering around. I mean, Coluccio can run. The whole John was like a big whale.
Curveball's a called strike. Where'd he hit it? Not center field?
Yeah, he got by the center field and rolled all the way out towards the 457 sign.
All right. 1 strike count on Coluccio. Right-handed batter. Swings and misses at a low fastball. No balls, 2 strikes.
Same type play. The only way you can get it is if the fielder is charging in, and then he gets by him. By the time they recover like Roy did, you can't get back in time.
Scores all tied up 3-3 here in the 5th inning. Dobson's next pitch. Slider hit in the air to right field. Velez moving to his left. He's under it now, and he's got it. 2 down. Center fielder Dave May's in. May is single to right and bounced to second. He's a left-handed batter, having a great year for the Brewers, batting at .313. 23 home runs and 83 runs batted in. He's trying to become the first Brewer to bat over 300. They play him to pull. Dobson's first pitch is line. Horace Clark after it. He's got it. Horace Clark moving towards second base, sucked that glove up and grabbed it for out number 3, robbing Dave May of another base hit. 3 up and 3 down for the Brewers here in the 5th. We go in the bottom of the 5th. Scores tied. Yankees 3, Brewers 3.
Imagine that this is the sound of your car's engine dying for lack of oil. Thousands of Americans destroy their engines every year because they forget how important their oil is. Getty, the company that gives you more miles for your money, knows how important oil is. That's why at Getty, we give you a better oil for your money. An oil that doesn't just meet manufacturer's standards, it exceeds them. Vidal 1040 motor oil. In fact, Vidal 1040 doesn't just exceed the requirements set by auto manufacturers, it exceeds the requirements set by the U.S. government. Next time you drive into one of our stations, remember, the whole idea behind Getty is to give you more. More miles for your money, more protection for your engine. More. It's a heck of an idea. Getty, we give you more for your money.
So why don't you be sure you're one of them? Okay, Bill.
Scooter, thank you. Gene Michael for the Yankees. Michael's been up once, fly deep to right field to LaHood. They called time. Ron Luciano was out in left center field. Luciano, the third base umpire. Slow curves, a called strike on Michael. Stick batting at .231. 3 home runs, 47 runs batted in. They shorten up for him in the outfield. And Money, the third baseman, also closes in. Curveball, check swings, too low. 1-1. It'll be Michael, then we'll go at the top of the Yankee batting order. Horace Clark and then Roy White. Here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Scores tied, 3-3. 1-1 pitch to the stick. High fastball is topped back to the mound. Culver has it and throws it first. Michael's out. Stick out 1-3. Colburn to George Scott. Here's Horace Clark, the second baseman. Clark has bounced back to the pitcher, and he's bounced to second. Horace on the year, batting just under 260. Switch hitter batting left-handed against Colburn. The right-hander kicks and deals a fastball that just misses outside. Tomorrow night here will be, let's see, left-hander Sam McDowell for the Yankees as Colburn finds the inside corner with a fastball. It's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. Bounced right back to the pitcher. Colburn grabs it, throws the first, 2 down. And it's been a revision. Jim Slayton now is going to pitch for the Brewers tomorrow. So it'll be McDowell against Slayton. 7:30 game time. We'll be on 7:25. Yankee Broadcast Network. Roy White's in. Takes a strike. White a single to right field, and he's lined to right. 1 for 2, batting at .249 now. Colburn working quickly. Deals again. Fastball driven deep to right field. The Hood going back, still going. That ball is going. It's gone. A home run for Roy White. Roy White got an 0-1 fastball and drove it into the seats over the 344-foot sign for home run number 17, and he now has 56 runs batted in, and the Yankees take the lead by a score of 4-3 here in the bottom of the fifth.
And Bill, 9 more baseball gloves, courtesy of APCO, go to the 46th Precinct Baseball League in the Bronx, New York, courtesy of APCO, and of course Roy White hitting the home run.
Here's Greg Nettles. Nettles with 19 home runs and 71 runs batted in. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Popped to short and walked and scored. Big curves too high. Well, Cleveland beat Detroit 10-4. That ball game's over. Montreal beat Chicago 5-3 over in the National League. 1-0 pitch to Nettles. Breaking ball popped up. Out in front of the plate, coming in is Don Money, the third baseman. He's under it, and he's got it for the third out. The Yankees pick up a run on Roy White's home run. That was the only hit they got. They left nobody on base. And after 5, the Yankees 4, the Brewers 3.
Very interesting. The Yankees playing over at Shea Stadium. I tell you, this is going to certainly help hitters like Otto Velez, Thurman Munson, Roy White. Those long fly balls, I can think of at least 10 balls, Bill White, that Munson has hit in this park that would have been homers in Shea.
I was talking to Hoot Evers, who's the director of the farm system with the Tigers, and he really likes Munson. He said that fellow would hit a lot more home runs if he didn't have to hit here in this stadium.
That's for sure.
Of course, the Tigers with Sims and freehand catch would probably like to have a young catcher like Munson.
Yeah, to spell him. Actually, they would spell Munson.
Yeah.
He's a Tiger. He likes to play every day.
They've got a big rebuilding job to do there.
That's for sure.
With the Tigers. They've got a lot of older fellows, and I think they'll probably bring in a lot of young fellows for next year. Might have been part of the reason they got rid of Billy Martin. They felt that he didn't have enough patience to work with the young kids.
Yeah, I've heard that so many times, and actually he has not had a young club to work with since he's been in the minor leagues. Minnesota was an established veteran club when he got it, and so were the Tigers.
Well, they've got to start all over there, I believe. Here's George Scott against Pat Dobson. Top half the 6th inning. Yankees lead 4-3. First pitch is hit in the air down the right side. Going back is Mike Hegan. Coming over is Velez. Velez has room, and he's got it in foul territory. Then almost falls into the stands. Otto Velez, jackknife over the lower wall down the right field line. And look at that Bill Haller all the way out there. Bill Haller, the first base umpire, all the way out there, make sure that Velez held on to that baseball. So Scott fouls to Otto Velez, way down the right field line, leading off here in the 6th. That'll bring in Don Money, the third baseman. Money has gotten a ground rule double and scored on the front end of a double steal back in the 2nd. He's also popped to Mercer in center. Don's a right-handed hitter, and the Yankees blame the pull. Big overhand curveball is too low. Money once again fakes the bunt. Over in the National League, Money didn't like breaking balls at all. He was a good high fastball hitter. Phillies got him for Jim Bunning. Then the Phillies sent Money over here to the Brewers. Curveball is inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Bunning, as of now, the manager at the Phillies Eugene Farm Club. He's one of the few pitchers that win 100 games in each league. Yep. 2-0 pitch. Slider, swung on, missed. 2 balls and a strike on Don Money. There was Bill Verdon getting the boot at Pittsburgh. Bunning pitched there for a while. He wants to manage in the big leagues. 2-1 pitch to Don Money. Inside, moves him back. He was going to bunt again. It's 3-1. Money on the year, batting at .272. He got off very slowly with the Brewers, but has really come on. He's one of the untouchables on this ball club now. 3-1 pitch, swung on, missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Is that Jim Wilson, the player personnel director with the Brewers? He says that Don Money, Darrell Porter, Dave May, Pedro Garcia, and John Briggs, untouchables on this ball club.
I don't know how they can leave George Scott off that list. Boy, I'd love to have him.
Check swing, top to third base side. Charged by Nellos, off balance throw. They've got him by a step. Money just topped the slow roller down the third base side. Nettles grabbed it and threw him out. 2 down. Talking to Bob Uecker, one of the broadcasters before the game, he said that Wilson simply forgot about Scott, that he is on the untouchable list, but in talking to the reporter, he forgot to mention it. Wow. But that didn't set too well with Mr. Scott.
No, Big George was very upset.
Darrell Porter, the catcher, in. He bats left-handed. Curveballs, too low. Yankees lead the ball game by a score 4-3 here in the top of the 6th. Brewers have 2 men out and nobody on. Pat Dobson rocks back, and the 1-0 pitch. Slider swung on and missed. A ball and a strike. Porter has bounced back to Dobson. He's walked and scored. 1-1. Curveball, swung on. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Porter didn't think he went all the way, but he went too far. Neudecker, the home plate umpire, explaining it to him. Porter out of the box. Neudecker giving the motion that Porter went too far. Dobson's 1-2 pitch. Change-ups inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, they're working on Mr. Porter with curveballs and changes. This kid has 15 home runs. He's driven in 60 runs. 2-2 pitch. Curveball outside. It's a full count. He's hit one of those 15 home runs against the Yankees. Darrell Porter has done such a good job, he's kept Ellie Rodriguez on the bench. Payoff pitch to Porter. Fastball pulled foul outside first. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. Rodriguez was the Brewers' representative on last year's All-Star team. Know what Crandall thinks about this young fella, Darrell Porter. And the 3-2 pitch to Porter. Inside, ball 4, lost him. So Porter walks for the 2nd straight time. That's walk number 3 given up by Dobson. And the batter's the right fielder, Joe LaHood. LaHood has walked, and he's doubled to right. LaHood batting under 200. 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in. He's a left-handed swinger. Egan holding at first. And the The pitch to LaHoo. Swung on, line to center field. Mercer's after it, can't get to it, has it on one hop. Porter will hold at second as Bobby throws behind him, but Porter gets back in safely. Darrell Porter at second. Joe LaHoo, who just singled a center, on at first. 2 men out. Here's Bobby Mitchell, the designated hitter. Well, this is about the lowest we've seen a designated hitter bat, Scooter.
Yeah.
8. Mitchell has struck out, and he's bounced to short. Right-handed batter. Batting at .247. On deck, Tim Johnson, the shortstop. 2 outs, 2 on. Top of the 6th. Yankees lead 4-3. Dobson sets and deals. Swung on and missed. Joe Nossick, the third base coach for the Brewers. Jim Walton coaching at first. Leading down from second is Darrell Porter, the catcher. Joe LaHoo, the right fielder, leading off from first. Not too much speed on the bases. The 0-1 pitch. Down the dirt, outside, and blocked by Moses. And he keeps Porter down to second. 1-1 on Mitchell. Dobson looking in at Moses for a sign. He's got it. Sets at the belt. The pitch. Bounces short. Michael charges. He'll have to go to first. The throw there just in time by a half a step. Michael just got Mitchell by an eyelash. The Brewers in the 6th inning, no runs, 1 hit, 2 left. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees 4, Brewers 3.
Whenever there have been songs they've sung of home. Years beyond or within memory, home. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. In many ways, our name tells the story of the Home Savings Bank. The model low-cost savings bank life insurance available at home is wise protection for those you love. Your family needs it, and you can afford it best at home. The Home Savings Bank. Growing. With offices in Albany, Colony, Greenwich, Hoosick Falls, and Guilderland. Growing. Not to be big, just to be better. Most offices are open on Saturdays, too. The Home Savings Bank.
Yankee Baseball Network. Let's pause for station identification.
Join Joe Lutz for QBK Sports Talk now in its 2nd year. QBK Sports Talk year-round at 7 p.m. on WQBK-FM Rensselaer.
Well, Yankee center fielder Bobby Mercer will lead off against Jim Colburn as we go into the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Yankees lead the ball game 4-3. Half those runs driven in by Bobby Mercer, who hit his 20th home run back in the 3rd inning with a man on. He's also lined to second. Breaking ball on the inside corner for strike. That was a slider. 1 strike count on Mercer. It'll be Mercer, Bloomberg, and Velez for the Yankees here in the 6th inning. Colburn, a right-hander. Kicks, deals. Swung on, line to right field. After it's LaHoo, he can't get to it. The ball kicks into the seats. That'll be a ground rule double for Bobby Mercer. Mercer really getting on fastballs here from Colburn. And he hit a shot to right field out of reach of Joe LaHoo. The ball bounced into the stands for a ground rule double. So Mercer now, in addition to hitting his 20th home run in this ball game, has just hit his 24th double. And here's Ron Bloomberg, the designated hitter. Bloomberg has been up twice. He's bounced to second. And if he does that here, he would have done his job because he'll get Mercer to third. With nobody out. Sliders inside a ball. Nobody out. 1 ball, no strike count on Bloomberg. They play the boomer to pull on the right side of the infield. Mercer with a lead from Yankees, checked by Colburn. The right-hander deals. Fastball popped up on the third base side. Over there's Don Money. Third baseman's got it. One down. Here's Otto Velez, the right fielder. Velez has been up twice. He singled twice and scored a run. Single left and single to center. He's batting .600. 3 for 5. Velez waits, cocks a bat, and the pitch to him is outside, a slider. Bobby Mercer down at second with one out. Bottom half of 6th. Yankees have 4 runs on 7 hits. The Brewers 3 runs on 5 hits against Dobson. Colburn sets up, checks Mercer, and deals. Swung on line, base hit left field. Delucio's in quickly, and Mercer will be held there. Otto Velez is stinging that baseball. That ball flies off his bat.
He hit it so hard, Bobby didn't have a chance. He's lucky he got the third on that line single left. He jumps off that bat, something awful.
Yankees now runners at first and third. Only one out. Here's Jerry Moses, the catcher. Moses has single right, and he's bouncing to a double play. Jerry, a right-handed batter, looking down for a sign now from Dick Hauser. Brewers will play their infield back, except for the third baseman and the first baseman. Johnson, the shortstop, and Garcia, the second baseman. They're going to look for 2. Colburn stretches. And the pitch to Moses. Outside, a ball. Jerry batting at .245. And the next pitch. Breaking ball hit out to the right side. Coming is LaHood. Still coming. He's under it. And he's got it. Mercer tags, comes halfway, but stops. As the ball's cut off by George Scott, the first baseman. The Yankees, respecting the arm of Joe LaHood, held Mercer at third. Oh, Mercer's still at third. Velez still at first, and here's Mike Egan, the first baseman. Yankees had an opportunity here to pick up an insurance run. But it's down to 2 outs now. Runners at first and third. Big gap out in left center field for Mike Egan. Egan's hit a sacrifice fly, and he's bounced to first. Swings on a first one, drives to right field. LaHood going back. He's on the track, and he's got it. Egan hit the ball hard, but Joe LaHood ran it down for out number 3. The Yankees in the 6th, no runs on 2 hits, 2 left. After 6, the New York Yankees 4, the Milwaukee Brewers 3.
There's something new on the menu at McDonald's. Something big and thick and juicy. Something you can really sink your teeth into. It's McDonald's new Quarter Pounder and Quarter Pounder with cheese. Come and get it.
You deserve a break today at McDonald's.
Try McDonald's great new sandwich, the Quarter Pounder, available right now at all McDonald's in the Capital District and throughout the great Northeast.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield believe there's more to good health than just paying bills. So we have a community education program offering booklets tuned to today's health problems. Currently available are The Will to Die, a frank discussion on the causes of suicide, an alarming problem among the young and the old. Another popular booklet, Food and Fitness, a simple guide to the relationship between exercise and proper food to your good health. Our third offering, The Alcoholic American. He's not a Bowery bum. He probably lives right in your block, or may be a member of your family. The drug war goes on, and our booklet, Drug Abuse, the Chemical Cop-Out, has been updated. Middle age has its problems, many of which are discussed in the booklet, Generation in the Middle. And perhaps you might be able to communicate with your teenager better with our booklet called Adolescence for Adults. If you wish any of these free books, send a card to Blue Cross, Box 8650, Albany, New York.
Leading off here, and it's strike one. Johnson is struck out and bounced to second base.
Bill King told me I better loosen up my hamstrings.
No, you better is right. Dobson's next pitch, a curve swing and a miss, strike two. Nothing in two, the count. So Johnson's having his problems with the breaking pitches. Last time Dobson got two quick strikes on him with breaking pitches, then threw the fastball and he bounced out. The two-strike pitch, a curve, low, a ball and two strikes. Yankees are out hitting the Brewers 8-5 and leading the ball game 4-3. All right, Dobson rocks back. Fastball, strike three call. That time he fooled Tim Johnson. As Pat Dobson picks up his fourth strikeout of the ball game, and it brings up Pete Garcia. The Brewers' second baseman is flied to center, struck out and flied to left. Frank Mess is going to have to be on the ball on Sunday. Bill White and I are both in the game. You'll have to do a simulcast of the radio and TV, Frank. There's a ball popped up, and Greg Nettles coming in at third near home plate in fair territory makes the catch 2 out.
Well, Bill White said they'd have to have somebody down there between first base and shortstop to relay your throws across.
Oh, is that going to be you?
No, I said I'd volunteer to relay words between Euchre and Gradiola.
You might need an interpreter. All right, Bob Coluccio popped to second, had an inside-the-park home run. He had a line drive to left field. It bounced, took a bad hop over Roy Whitehead all the way to the bullpen for an inside-the-park, and then flying to right. He takes the strike. 2 out, nobody on. The Yankees leading 4-3 in the top of the 7th. And the Yankees have to play good ball against this Milwaukee Brewer team because they're right behind the Yankees in the standings. Low, 1-1. Dobson rocks back. Curve is in there. Strike call. A ball and 2 strikes. Coluccio had stepped out. Now he's back in. Nettles deep at third, guarding the line. As Dobson rocks back, fastball is high. The count is even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bobby Mercer very shallow in center field. Earlier in the game, George Scott sent Bobby back just in front of the monument. Sidearm curve outside, 3-2. There'll be a lot of right-hand hitters. So very happy after the remodeling of Yankee Stadium. They bring that fence in center field. All right, now, ready for the payoff pitch, but Coluccio asked for time just as Dobson started to wind. On deck, Dave May. All right, they're both ready. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 3. So Dobson, picking up his 5th strikeout, sets the Brewers down in order. And in the middle of the 7th inning, it's the Yankees 4, the Brewers 3.
Hey, you know, Mr. Beatty, these tires are as bald as I am. Hey, you sure you want new ones? I mean, you still got the rims, you know.
A lot of people put off getting the new tires they need because tires are getting more expensive, like everything else. That's where Getty comes in. Millions of Americans have found they can get more miles for their money at Getty. Now we're going to tell you how to get more tire for your money at Getty. Our steel-belted radials, for example, are the best we've ever offered. So we'd like to make them easier to buy. If you buy them with a Getty credit card on our easy payment plan, you get up to 6 months to pay. And by simply paying on time, you don't pay any interest. Think about that. Getty gives you your tires right away, but you don't pay right away. Your money stays in the bank longer. You earn interest instead of paying it. No interest to us means more money for you. Getty, we give you more for your money.
Well, we're just looking over some of these reasons that the fans had, Phil, for wanting to play on the Clifton All-Star team Sunday. Like, example, Frank Bocci from College Point always wanted to play baseball, but because of a nagging mother who thinks it more important to go to school, never got a chance. Happy to be getting an education, though.
I hope Mrs. Bocci isn't listening. All right, Gene Michael takes the strike. The stick is flying to right and hit back to the box. Colburn into the windup, and his pitch, check swing, is inside 1-1. Yankees lead 4-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Colburn kicks, delivers, the ball popped up. The catcher Porter coming back. He's got room and makes the catch right in front of the Yankee dugout. Nice play by Darrell Porter, one away. Got any more of those goodies, Frank?
Well, let's see. One of the fellows who'll be playing says his statistics disguise his good power to left and left center and accompanies fine glove work as a first baseman.
That's a good one.
He'll be there. Let's see. This one from Staten Island. This guy saved 3 cents on milk deposit bottles to buy a bleacher seat to watch Joe D. and the Yankees when he was growing up. That's a good reason to be out here.
Sure. All right, Horace Clark is 0 for 3. He's hit to the box twice and bounced to second. On deck, Roy White. Pitch to Clark. Lined a base hit. Garcia got down ready to jump and then just stayed there as the ball went too high for him to get to. Base hit for Horace Clark.
This enterprising fellow who saved the 3-cent milk deposit bottles was Tom Naples of Staten Island.
All right, here's Roy White. Roy is 2 for 3. Single, fly to right, and homers. Roy batting .250. Pitch to White. Inside, ball 1. On deck, Greg Nettles. Yankees have had 2 homers, a 2-run job by Mercer and the one by White. Change up, bounce to first. Scott has it. Goes to Johnson, 1. Back to first. Double play, and I tell you, George Scott makes that difficult 3-6-3 double play just like you would a routine ground ball. He is really the best fielding first baseman in baseball. No runs, a base hit, no errors, and nobody left. And at the end of 7, it's the Yankees 4, Milwaukee 3.
Well, it's almost fall with winter not far behind. Vandeloo Building Materials, 90 Industrial Park Road, Albany, reminds you to check your attic insulation at least 6 inches thick. That's what it should be. Proper insulation can save on heating costs. And Vandeloo Building Materials has Owens Corning fiberglass. It's pink. It comes in standard widths for easy-to-do-it-yourself installation, or it can be done by your insulation contractor. Owens Corning fiberglass could pay for itself in less than 2 heating seasons. Look on page 217 of the Yellow Pages for a map to Vandeloo Building Materials.
Poison that is absorbed into the body through the fingertips. Only I have the antidote. If I don't play, you don't either.
Very clever.
I want to see some of these people out here.
Gary, yeah.
A lot of fun.
All right, here's Dave May. Hasn't been a lot of fun to the Yankee pitches. He singled his first time up, bounced to second, line to second. There's a line drive in for a base hit in the right field. Velez plays it on one hop. And Dave May has had some kind of a year against Yankee pitching. That's his second hit in this ball game. The sixth for the Brewers, and here's George Scott. He has flied out all three times, twice to right. The one to center field was hit about 420 or 30 feet. Mercer on the dead run caught up with it just in front of the monuments in deep center field. Scott batting an even 300. Nobody out. Yankees lead 4-3. Throw to first base. May is back. I have had a hot dog with mustard on it, but I've never had a meso with mustard on it.
Fans are getting restless up here in the seats.
Yeah, they threw one of those little packets of mustard and made Frank's hair look like it had a touch-up.
Probably could use it.
Oh, ball one at first pitch to George Scott is low.
Dave May is hitting .367 against Yankee pitching this year, Phil. 18 for 49.
The pitch to Scott, foul at the plate, 1-1. Dave has hit a lot of other pitches too, Frank. That's his season average.
Oh, yes. Hitting over 315 for the year. He's had a good year.
Somebody's going to really have to come on with a strong burst to catch the two league leaders, Rod Carew in the American League and Pete Rose in the National League. They are way out ahead.
I think they're in pretty good shape myself.
Yep. One ball, one strike on George Scott. Dave May leads the way. Dobson to the belt. Pitch, ground ball in the hole. That'll be a base hit to left field. May around second and then holds up as White is up with it quickly and gets the ball in. So back-to-back singles by Dave May and George Scott, and here comes Ralph Houck, and he signaled to the bullpen. In a hurry. Ralph Houck has already made a motion to the bullpen. And let's see, they have Don Money, Darrell Porter, and Joe LaHoo. Two out of the three are left-hand batters, so
it's going to be Lindy McDaniel. Bill Kane has the binoculars out, checking the bullpen. Lindy McDaniel coming on, Phil. So Dobson goes out of the ball game. There are three options now. He can win, he could be a loser, or he could go to no decision. It all depends on Lindy McDaniel. And that's got to be a helpless feeling for a pitcher to go back to the dugout and watch the progression of the inning and know there's not a doggone thing he can do about whatever happens.
That's right, Frank. It is tough. But I tell you, if anybody were going out there right now, Lindy has been the hottest pitcher for the Yankees, I'd say, in the last 6 or 7 weeks.
Oh, yes, he certainly has. Lindy's had just an excellent year all the way around. And there's a guy... as Dobson leaves the field, he should get a good hand and deserves it. He's allowed 3 runs on 7 base hits. He gets a nice round from the folks. Tips his cap. Lindy McDaniel, Phil, one of those guys that must have been hanging around Ponce de Leon.
Yeah.
Saw where he discovered that fountain of youth.
Yep.
Sneaks back there every once in a while. Lindy, of course, his fountain of youth is his body, his condition. He stays in condition all year round, believes in sit-ups as his primary exercise. He said no matter where you are, you can keep your body in shape with sit-ups, even in a hotel room. But he's had just a fine year. McDaniel has won 11 and lost 3. He's been in 42 ball games now. He also has 9 saves for 20 relief points. In 138 innings, he has allowed only 34 earned runs, walked 44, struck out 84 men, has an earned run average of 2.22. You don't see too many relief pitchers with a lot of wins and a lot of saves, and Lindy has both. Usually, if you see a relief pitcher that has a lot of wins, he has come into a ball game fairly early, of course, with his club behind, and they've come back to win for him. You see him with a lot of saves. He comes in with usually a short lead, a 1-run lead maybe, or a 2-run lead in the ball game, like Sparky Lyle. for the past couple of years. But Lindy has done both. He's pitched well, both in long and short relief. He's also had one start, which he lost on a 3-hitter. But he's ready to work down here against Bill.
All right, Don Money is an excellent bunter, and the Yankees are looking for the possible sacrifice. Lindy's pitch, he squares, bunts down third. It's a beauty, but it kicks foul. That would have been a dandy. Nettles would have had trouble throwing him out. Could not have gotten a force play. So Money will have to come back again. Money has doubled and scored a run, flied to center, and bounced out to third base. He's hitting .272. Dave May at second. George Scott at first. That's pretty good speed on the bases for the Brewers. So Greg Nettles is really helpless down there. Egan is charging in at first, but if you bunt it right as a third baseman, not much you can do with it except throw to first base. McDaniel sets. Money squares again, bunts, this time to McDaniel. Lindy will have to go to first, and the throw is in time with Clark covering, just barely. A good sacrifice bunt by Don Money. Play goes 1-4. The runners advance. May is at third. Scott is at second. There's only one out. The Yankees leading 4-3 here in the top of the eighth, and the batter is Darrell Porter. Porter has walked twice and scored once. The other time he bounced out. A left-hand batter. The Yankees are playing the half of the infield in and half back. Michael and Clark are back. Nettles and Hegan are in. The pitch is low, ball one. Porter batting .246. Lindy actually has more success against left-hand batters, even though he's a right-hand pitcher. The pitch, swing and a bouncer in back of the plate, 1-1. On deck, Joe LaHoo. Slightly in right center field for the left-hand hitting Porter. Like to see a fly ball to right field and test Velez's arm again. High and tight, 2 balls and a strike. Remember in Detroit he threw Brinkman out at the plate all the way in on a fly from right field. May leads off third, Scott off second. McDaniel winds. His pitch on the inside corner, a good slider by Lindy. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Porter arguing with plate umpire again, Jerry Neudecker. This is the second time that Porter has argued on the identical pitch. He is still jawing down there, picks up some dirt, keeps talking to Neudecker. Jerry calling time, waiting for Porter to get back in the box. Picks up a little more dirt. Now he gets in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Yankees leading 4-3. Runners lead at second and third. Lindy winds. His pitch. Line drive, base hit to right field. 1 run will score. They're waving him in. Here's the throw. It's too high. Over the head of Jerry Moses. Past Lindy McDaniel. Both runners score, and Milwaukee goes out in front 5-4. Otto Velez got too strong an arm, and he's going to have to learn to hit that cutoff man or throw it on one bounce. He threw that ball from deep right field, way over Moses' head, way over McDaniel's head, who was backing up. So that'll be a single for Porter. He went to second on the throw, 2 runs batted in. And now Milwaukee leads 5-4. Both those runs are charged to Pat Dobson now. The hit to McDaniel. The pitch is low to Joe LaHoo. Ball 1. LaHoo has walked, doubled and singled. He's batting just .193, but he's hitting the ball hard here tonight. So Darrell Porter comes through in the clutch, driving in 2 runs. LaHoo asks for time. He steps out. Milwaukee 5 and the Yankees 4 in the top of the 8th. Only 1 out. Porter down at second base. Stretch by Lindy. His pitch, swing and a miss, and LaHoo almost fell down. He swung so hard. 1-1 the count. On deck, Bobby Mitchell.
You look down at that Porter's record, Phil. He has 73 base hits for the year, but 62 runs batted in. He's come through with some clutch hits.
Absolutely. All right, to the belt. The pitch is hit in the air to center field. Bobby Mercer started back, comes in. He's under it now. Makes the catch. Porter returns to second base. There are 2 outs. Brings up Bobby Mitchell. Bobby has struck out, bounced to short twice. He did drive 1 run in, bouncing out to shortstop. Bobby, the designated hitter for Del Crandall's Brewers, batting in the 8th spot in the lineup. So 2 men are out. Runner at second. And Milwaukee with 2 runs in lead here, 5-4. Mitchell, a right-hand batter. Swings and misses, strike 1. Lindy sets again. His pitch inside, 1-1. So as Frank mentioned, Pat Dobson now cannot be a winner. Could be the losing pitcher in the ball game. Pitch is just outside, and Lindy a little upset with that call. Very seldom do you see Lindy McDaniel get upset. But right there, the old preacher did. 2 balls and a strike. Porter leads off second. Line drive, base hit, left field. Roy White's going to have to hurry. Up with the ball. Throw to the plate, way off line. A run scores, and going to second is Mitchell. Roy had a good shot at Darrell Porter, but his throw is way off from the line to Jerry Moses. So a single to left, a run batted in at second of the night for Mitchell, scoring Porter, and now Milwaukee leads 6-4. And the batter, Tim Johnson, who has struck out twice and bounced to second. Johnson, left-hand hitting shortstop. McDaniels kicks, delivers a foul down the left field line, back in the seats and out of play. Brewers will be here again tomorrow night at 7:30 and Saturday, Sunday at 2 p.m. Lindy's pitch, swing and a miss. Nothing into the count. 3 big runs for the Brewers here in the top of the 8th. The 2-strike pitch, swing, strike 3. Moses caught it on 1 bounce, tagged him. 3rd time Johnson struck out. So the Brewers pick up 3 runs on 4 base hits. No Yankee errors and a man left. In the middle of the 8th inning, Milwaukee 6, the Yankees 4.
Make good times. Second, good beer makes good times even better. And third, the good brewers at Schaefer make good time beer best of all. Beer that comes on smooth and easy, glass after frosty cold glass. Beer that comes out a cut above the others. And that's the beer you've got coming. Schaefer, the one beer to have when you're having more than one. Two final scores. Cleveland beat Detroit 10-4, and this afternoon Montreal tripped the Chicago Cubs 5-3. And in this ball game, as the Yankees come to bat in the 8th inning, Total show Milwaukee 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. The Yankees 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. And the Yankees have Nettles, Mercer, and Bloomberg, all 3 left-hand batters, coming up against the right-hander Jim Colborn. And it looks like the Milwaukee Brewers, Phil, have come up in a fine pitcher in this 26-year-old right-hander.
That they have. All right, the pitch to Greg Nettles is just outside ball 1. Nettles has popped to short, walked and scored ahead of Mercer's homer, and popped to third. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network, and we pause for station identification.
The home of the New York Yankees and the football giants, too. This is WQBK FM Rensselaer.
Nettles bounce foul to the right of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck, Bobby Mercer, and then Ronnie Bloomberg. So the Yankees trail by 2 now here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Nettles batting .243. Colburn winds. His pitch high and tight to him on. Colburn with 18 wins on the year.
Yes, 18-9.
Great chance to be a 20-game winner this year. The 2-1 pitch. Just inside 3-1. He likes to crowd those left-handers. It's hurt him a couple of times tonight, as he got one not too far inside to Mercer for a 2-run homer and Roy White for a solo homer. All right, here's the 3-1 pitch. A foul off his foot right back to the mound, and that hurt. Jerry Neudecker, the plate umpire, takes a look at the ball. Still looking at it, and he's going to take it out of play and give a new one to Colburn.
You know, Phil, Colburn has already won 4 more games than any other Milwaukee pitcher. He's won 3 out of his last 4 starts. He did lose his last time out, losing to Boston 10-4. That's one of his few weak games all year.
All right. Got a pretty good earned run average, Frank?
3.10. Very good.
Not bad. All right, the payoff pitch is low, ball 4. Now, that's only the second man that Colburn has walked in the ball game. And the other man he walked, which was Greg Nettles, he's actually walked one man twice as Del Crandall's coming out to the mound. But the last time he walked Nettles scored ahead of Mercer's homer. So Del Crandall goes out there, and he wants a left-handed pitcher, Frank.
With Mercer and Bloomberg coming up in that order, he may figure Colburn could be tiring. Of course, he knows his pitcher better than anybody else. Colburn has pitched 18 complete games, though. He's not accustomed to coming out. Usually finishes what he starts. But there will be a relief pitcher coming in, so Colburn leaves. He cannot lose the ball game. He can win. He has pitched 7 innings plus 1 batter. And he gets a nice hand from the folks down along the third base and left field line. Colburn has allowed 4 runs, 9 hits. As Phil told you, he walked 2 men. And let's see, on my scorecard, I don't have a strikeout.
No strikeouts, which is unusual.
The veteran Chris Short will be coming out in relief.
Take a look at, excuse me, Frank, they talk about left-hand pitches being so valuable, especially here at Yankee Stadium. And this proves the point. It's so much tougher to hit a home run to left field than it is right field here. He did a job against the Yankees, if I remember, last time we were out there.
I believe he did. He's been in 37 ball games prior to this. He's had 7 starts. This is his 31st relief appearance. Short has won 3 and lost 4. Worked 69 innings and has an earned run average of 4.80. He holds a lot of left-hand pitching records down at Philadelphia. Pitched for the Phillies a long, long time. You know, Phil, a few minutes ago, while you and Bill were working the middle 3 innings, I was over talking to Bobby Cox. who managed the Yankees' #1 farm club at Syracuse this year. And Bobby, of course, disappointed that his club did not make the playoffs.
Just barely.
Just barely missed it.
Third, just about 2.5 or 3 games out of first, he said.
But he said that he thought Velez would give the Yankees something to talk about. He likes his arm, likes his bat, and, of course, the statistics back it up. So he, like a lot of the rest of us, sort of excited over young Otto Velez.
All right, Frank, here's Bobby Mercer. Bobby is lined to second. Hit a 2-run homer into the Yankee bullpen and doubled one bounce into the right field seat. Milwaukee ahead 6-4 with nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. Nettles at first and Mercer the batter. Stretch by Short. And the pitch to Bobby is a curve low and away, ball 1. George Scott not holding Nettles real tight to the bag. Time is called as Mercer stepped out of the batter's box. And now Bobby talking to Jerry Neudecker, the plate umpire. Whether it has anything to do with Chris Short or not, but they're having quite a conversation there, just to the right of the batter's box. All right, now Bobby steps in. Greg Nettles does not have a stolen base this year, so he is not a threat to run. Yankees are trailing by 2 runs anyway, to the belt. And the pitch low and outside, ball 2-0.
A very exaggerated motion of Chris Short. You think it might be easy to get a pretty good jump on him, even though he is a left-hander.
Right. On deck is Ronnie Bloomberg, but whether he bats or not is questionable. Here's the stretch. And the pitch. Low and outside, ball 3-0. Chris Short snaps at that ball on Porter's throw back there. You know he's a little upset. Behind Mercer 3-0. He might have to come in with a fat pitch right here. He stretches high above the head, down to the belt. The kick and the pitch way outside, ball 4. He didn't come close to home plate on those 4 pitches. Nettles to second, Mercer to first, and Jim Ray Hart is coming up to bat for Bloomberg. Ronnie was 0 for 3, had bounced to second twice and popped to third. And Jim Ray Hart coming up. And now Del Crandall is coming out again. That battle of strategies. Well, let's see if Crandall goes to a right-hand pitcher. He has not made a motion as yet. Yep. So Short pitches to one man, walks him, and he's out of there.
As you said, Phil, he didn't come close. And almost threw that last pitch away. I think that, more than the right-hand hitting Jim Ray Hart, is what's taken Short out of the ball game this quickly. But Crandall does want a right-hander. Short faces one man and walks him, and the Yankees have the tying run on. Well, let's see what Bill Kane has for me here. He's furnishing this list of people who are going to play on George Plimpton's All-Stars. And I don't know, you and Bill may have mentioned some of these before. But Earl Corer is going to be the manager. He's 63 years old, from North Wilson Avenue in Milltown, New Jersey. Mr. Corer has played semi-pro ball, and in 1932 played some Major League ball with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig, but not as a Yankee. He played in the House of David League. House of David, they had to wear the beards, didn't they, Bill?
Yes, sir. I played against them, Frank. Very colorful team, some outstanding ball players.
When I was a kid, they used to come through North Carolina. Not only the baseball team, but also the basketball team come through there and play exhibition games. They have some pretty good athletes. The new pitcher is Ed Rodriguez, a right-hander.
You know, this Rodriguez is going to go in the record books this year. If things are status quo. He is the only pitcher in the American League with a base hit this year.
That's right, he is. We talked about that the other night. Just a few nights ago he got it.
A triple, yep.
So he could very well be the only American League pitcher with a base hit during the regular season. Of course, the American League pitchers will have to come to bat during the World Series games, right? Because the National League has not approved the designated hitter rule. And the American League will not be allowed to use the designated hitters in the World Series. Do you think the National League, Phil, will come around to the designated hitter rule?
I'm almost 100% positive. Right now they are dead against it, but when they see what it's done, well, we mentioned this so many times to Cepeda, to Oliva, to Darren Johnson, Jim Ray Hart. There's quite a few others. Tommy Davis. Yeah. How could I forget him? He's having the greatest year of all. I'm sure they'll want to keep Hank Aaron and Willie Mays and McCovey and those guys around. Of course, they want to let McCovey come over here. We'll let him.
That's right.
I think he'd like Yankee Stadium.
All right, Jim Ray Hart will stay in and bat now as a pinch hitter for Ron Blomberg. And we have the right-hander Ed Rodriguez, who has won 7, lost 5, and saved 5 on the pitch for the Milwaukee Brewers.
All right, Frank. Jim Ray Hart steps in. Nettles is at second. Mercer is at first. And on deck, the youngster who has certainly captured the fancy of Yankee fans already, Otto Velez. Jim Ray Hart bunts it to Dandy. And Porter has to go to first base. What happened was not only did Jim Ray Hart bounce it off home plate, but he got in the way of Darryl Porter, who was trying to push Jim Ray, and that's like pushing a brick wall. The sacrifice is successful as Nettles goes to third and Mercer to second. And the batter, Otto Velez. Even Hal Brown is enthusiastic about this young man. Takes a lot to get Hal Brown enthusiastic. Unless it's a big steak, some French fried potatoes. All right, Otto Velez is 3 for 3. He has had 3 singles, hit him hard. The pitch to Velez. On the inside corner, strike 1 call.
That was the first time Jim Ray Hart has sacrificed this year. And I was trying to find a record book that might indicate when was the last time or if he ever had before.
Strike 2. Rodriguez coming sidearm now. And Otto Velez steps back. 2 quick strikes on him. Oh, Velez will have to be ready now. He's behind 0-2. Mercer leads off second. Nettles off third. The stretch. The pitch high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got a good sidearm fastball, and he likes to pitch in a hurry. On deck, Jerry Moses. All right, Rodriguez comes to the belt. The kick. The pitch. Look out, a sidearm curve way inside. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 6-4, Milwaukee leading. Velez right down the end of the bat. Rodriguez, a long look in for the sign. Still looking. Now he sets. And the pitch, a curve is inside, 3-2. Man, was that close. Wow. Full count on Otto Velez. First base is open. This young man, really an exciting ball player. Right-hand batter, crouches at the plate. Here's the payoff pitch. Low, he walked him. Now, that showed me something there, Frank Benson.
Yes, it did. Usually, you would think young hitters in only a second Major League ball game, in that situation would probably be swinging most anything. Now, the last time he was fooled on the pitch, or else he didn't see it. It was really too close to take. But after he took that one and got by with, you might have thought he would be swinging. But he did. He waited it out, took his walk. The bases are loaded. The go-ahead run at first base. And Thurman Munson has come out here to bat for Jerry Moses.
All right, Frank. So Thurman Munson and enjoying his best year as a Yankee, swinging the weighted bat, loosening up in the on-deck circle.
Thurman Munson, one of the top hitters in the American League, Phil. He's got a .307 batting average, 137 base hits. He leads the Yankees in doubles with 27, in triples with 4, and he has 20 home runs and 68 runs batted in.
All right, very impressive credentials for Thurman Munson. The bases are loaded with one out. Velez at first, Mercer at second, Nettles at third. The Yankees trailing 6-4. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Munson batting for Moses and Hegan on deck. Rodriguez will take the windup now. Over the head. Pitch to Thurman. Swing and a miss. Strike one. A good slider. Thurman wants Jerry Neudecker to look at the ball, and Jerry's going to throw it out of play. That was a very dark baseball. Munson wants a good look at a white one. So Thurman takes his usual stroll around the batter's box. 0-1 the count. Rodriguez now toes the rubber, gets the sign from Porter. Checks Nettles, now the windup. And the pitch low and outside, 1-1. Outfield straight away on Thurman. But they cannot play too shallow because Frank told you he has 20 home runs. All right, Rodriguez ready now for the 1-1 delivery. Here it comes, and a swing and a miss. He couldn't hold up. It would have been ball two, almost in the dirt. But Thurman couldn't stop the bat. It went around. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Remember, Rodriguez was ahead of Otto Velez 0-2 and then walked him. He's ahead of Munson now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nettles trying to rattle him, taking a running lead off third. Now he winds. The pitch low, and it's 2-2. Oh, Sandy Nettles did rattle him there. He almost balked.
He has a very deceptive delivery anyway, Phil. It looks like he starts his move, almost stops it, then snaps his fingers away.
It's a little weird out there. Now he's got the foot on the rubber, taking the sign. The 3 runners lead away. He winds. The pitch, fly ball, that'll score 1 run. LaHood is back. Nettles sagging, so is Mercer. Back to the warning track. Nettles scores easily. Mercer goes to third easily. It's a 6-5 ball game. Velez held at first. Long sacrifice fly to right field. Munson sent Joe LaHood back to the warning track in front of the 344-foot sign. So Nettles scores. That makes it Milwaukee 6, Yankees 5. And now the batter, Mike Hegan. That run is charged to Colburn, makes his record complete. 5 runs scored off Colburn. Bobby Mercer is Chris Short's responsibility. He is at third with 2 out. Velez at first. Mike Hegan hit a sacrifice fly to drive in a run in the second inning, bounced to first and lined hard to right field. Rodriguez now will have to pitch from a set position. Velez leads off first. Mercer off third. The stretch and the pitch. Line drive deep to right. Way back there. That ball hit the pole. A home run. It hit the pole. Mike Hegan hits a 3-run homer. And the Yankees go out front by a score of 8-6. I want to tell you, he hit a shot. He hit it so hard, it's a good thing he did. It didn't have time to turn. It hit about halfway up the flagpole and almost broke it.
that ball the last time up very hard.
Yep, pitches low to Michael, but I mean, since he's come over here, well, let's see. That gives him 4 home runs. At least 3 of them have been with the Yankees.
That's right. He had 1 in Oakland.
The pitch is high. Let's see. Mercer's run is charged to Chris Short. And the last 2 charged to Rodriguez. So Rodriguez is the pitcher of record, the way I got it figured.
That's right.
All right, Michael takes ball 3. 3-0. On only 1 base hit, the Yankees had scored 4 runs. There was a sacrifice and a sacrifice fly in between. There's the strike, 3-1. The Yankees 8 and Milwaukee 6. This 8th inning's been a wild one. Milwaukee scored 3 times. The Yankees have scored 4. Low ball 4, and Michael is on. And here comes Del Crandall again. Well, looks like we're going to have another pitcher.
It certainly does. He's going to go to his bullpen again. And I'll tell you, Rodriguez has been hit pretty hard. He came in to pitch to Jim Ray Hart, who sacrificed, his first sacrifice this year. Then he lost Velez as Velez reached for the 4th straight time in this ball game, keeping a perfect night going. Velez has 3 hits and a walk. Thurman Munson batted for Jerry Moses and almost hit one into the seats. Drove LaHood back almost against the fence to make the catch in right field for a sacrifice fly. And then Higgins' line drive off the foul pole. The walk here to Michael. And Del Crandall has seen enough. So we'll see who jumps out of the visiting Dotson right now. Like Velasquez. So he'll be the 4th pitcher in this inning. Jim Colborn walked Nettles. That took him out of the ball game. Chris Short came in and walked Bobby Mercer. He left in favor of Rodriguez. So the Brewers going to the bullpen again. Carlos Velasquez, a right-hander. Velasquez has 1-2 and lost 2. Is making only his 13th appearance, all in relief. He has 2 wins and 2 saves, though, so he's done a pretty good job. They didn't have him all year. They called him up during the season. And he has the lowest earned run average on this ball club, 1.80. In 30 innings, he has been quite stingy. He's walked 7 men, struck out 10. And he'll be working to Horace Clark as Clark becomes the 8th Yankee to come to bat here in the inning. Velasquez is from Puerto Rico. Makes his home in Rio Grande, Puerto Rico. This is his first year in the major leagues and his 5th year in professional baseball. So he's ready to go to work on Horace Clark, and here again is Bill.
All right, Frank Clark is 1 for 4 in the ball game. The first pitch to Horace high and outside, ball 1. Horace is twice hit to the box, bounced to second, and single to right center. Batting .259. Yankees lead 8-6. Next pitch inside, ball 2, 2-0. Roy White on deck. Base on balls have really been costly to the Brewers tonight. There's a strike on the outside corner. They actually haven't walked that many. There have only been 5 walks, but 4 of the 5 men that walked have scored. And Michael, who walked, is on base. There's a ground ball at second. Garcia's up with it. Over to George Scott in plenty of time. But the Yankees pick up 4 big runs, would you believe it, on just 1 hit. No errors and a man left. And at the end of 8, it's the Yankees 8, Milwaukee 6.
darling, I gotta get to work. This evening you can rest in peace. Come on, baby. Once more for Papa.
Sooner or later, it's going to happen. You're going to have to buy a battery. And when you do, there's something you should know. Getty, the company that gives you more miles for your money, gives you more battery for your money. Our ultra-high energy battery is the best that Getty offers. So we'd like to make it easier to buy. If you buy our battery with a Getty credit card on our easy payment plan, you get up to 3 months to pay. And by simply paying on time, you don't pay any interest. Think about that. Getty gives you your battery right away, but you don't pay right away. Your money stays in the bank longer, so you earn interest instead of paying it. No interest to us means more money for you. Getty, we give you more for your money.
We'll go to the ninth inning here at Yankee Stadium. There may be a change or two. Rick Dempsey has come on to catch for the Yankees. There's a kid that looked so good this spring, Phil. Rick Dempsey reported to the Yankees from Syracuse today. He had, well, we won't go into his hitting too much. He batted .248 at Syracuse. But as I recall, this kid this spring, Phil, shows quite a bit behind the plate and quite a bit with the bat down in spring training.
He did. We've mentioned before, whenever you've had a good spring training and you figure you're going to get a shot with the big league club and then are sent down, it kind of messes you up a little bit. All right, here's Garcia, the leadoff man, and he lines one to center field, but Mercer is right there, and Bobby grabs that solid line drive. 1 out. This is the top of the ninth. The Yankees lead 8-6. Garcia now 0 for 5 on the night. Here's Coluccio, who is 1 for 4. That one hit an inside the park home run. On deck, Dave May. And they don't want that May to come up with somebody on base. All right, Lindy McDaniel. Into the windup, his pitch low and outside, ball 1. So this is Lindy's game. He is the pitcher of record for the Yankees. One out, nobody on. Lindy winds. His pitch is low, ball 2, 2-0. The 2-0 delivery on the inside corner, 2-1. Coluccio, right-hand batter. McDaniel's 2-1 delivery. Bouncing ball to third, nettles off his chest. Nice play. Throw to first, they got him. That took a wicked hop. Never hit Greg's glove. Hit him right in the chest. Played it like old Pepper Martin, though. Took it and threw him out. So it's 2 away. And the batter, Dave May. Dave is 2 for 4 and was robbed of a base hit on a great play by Horace Clark. The other time they got him out, he bounced to second. Batting .313. 2 out, nobody on. Yankees lead 8-6, top of the ninth. George Scott on deck. May, left-hand batter. That right foot very close to home plate. Close stance. Takes a pitch in there. Strike one call. McDaniel's next pitch low. Bounces off Dempsey. And all the way out halfway between home and first. Jerry Neudecker looks it over. And is going to take it out of play and give McDaniel a new ball. 1-1 the count. 2 out in the top of the ninth. Yankees in front 8-6. Coming into this game, Milwaukee was just 2.5 games behind the Yankees, so this is a big ball game. All right, Lindy winds. His pitch swing and a miss. He had him fooled on that fork ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Clock deep at second on the edge of the outfield grass. The pitch is fouled back and out of play. In the upper deck. So McDaniel gets another new ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. 2 out, nobody on. The windup and the pitch fouled back on the screen. And the ball sticks on top of the screen. So Lindy will have to do it all over again with another new ball. Again, the 1-2 pitch. Line drive, foul just outside of first. Dave May golfed a low fork ball that time. Got good wood on it, but just foul. All right, here's the windup. The 1-2 pitch again. A bouncing ball at second. Clark comes in. He's got it. Throw to Hegan, and that's the ball game. A 1-2-3 inning. Frank Messer will be along with the scores, and they wrap up the final score here. The Yankees 8, Milwaukee 6.
Okay, Phil Rizzuto, and here are the scores of the other games played in the major leagues that are complete. This afternoon, Montreal defeated Chicago 5-3 in an afternoon ball game. Montreal 5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Chicago 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Taylor the winner, Royce the loser. Jorgensen had a grand slam home run to win it for Montreal. Paul Popovich and Ron Santo homered for Chicago. For Santo, it was number 16 on the year. In the American League, Cleveland defeated Detroit 10-4. The Indians 10 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error. Tigers 4 runs, 13 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher, Dick Tidrow, the loser, Woody Fryman, and Chris Chambliss hit his 7th home run of the year for Cleveland. Chicago 3, Minnesota 0 at the end of 3 innings, with Stan Bonson pitching for Chicago, Fife for Minnesota. Later starts Oakland at California in the American League, and San Diego at Los Angeles in the National League. Here are the totals on the ball game for the Yankees: 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Milwaukee 6 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. Lindy McDaniel, the winner, 12-3. Ed Rodriguez, the loser, 7-6. Home runs in the ball game for the Yankees: Bobby Mercer, number 20, Roy White, number 17. Mike Hegan, number 4, was Hegan's home run that won it, and Bob Coluccio homered for the Milwaukee Brewers. Once again, the final score was the New York Yankees 8 and the Milwaukee Brewers 6. And now this is Frank Musser speaking for Phil Rizzuto and Bill White, for our producer and statistician Bill Kane, and engineer Hal Brown, saying so long from Yankee Stadium in New York.